everyone. Welcome to the first ever Airing It Out Live. Hosted by, of course, Creative Tucson, which just thank you so much, Creative Tucson, for letting us do this. This is great. I just want to start by saying that I'm 25 years old. And the best part about being 26 years old is now that I'm 27, like, I realize how close I am to 30. Like, I am, I should have a retirement account, but no, I'm still just cashing in my change at Coinstar. I'm a college student. I'm a senior in college. I was a senior last year in college. I'm really good at being a senior, guys. I've been a senior for 5 years in a row now. It's awesome. No. I'm finished with school this semester, which is nice. Or not. I'm not graduating or anything. I'm just finished going. I'm just not going back ever again. I'm dropping out of college, guys. I'm a college dropout. Or how I like to think of it, I'm enrolling into a life of poverty. That's how I like to think. I'm a Scorpio. Whenever people find out that I'm a Scorpio, they go, oh, you must be like really good in bed, right? So that's how I know that astrology is bullshit. If they would have said something like, oh, Scorpio, you must give like mediocre cunnilingus, I would have been like, wow, astrology's real. That's real stuff right there. I was at the mall today. I saw this gorgeous girl in the store, and I wanted to talk to her. And I was just thinking like, oh, like, what am I going to say to her? And I looked back, and I was like, she doesn't even have a head. That's a mannequin. It's just another one of life's big disappointments. My roommate texted me today, and he said, you left the heat on when you left the house. Not like the heater, though. I left the Miami Heat on. He's a big Celtics fan. This is fun. You guys are fun. I just started driving for Uber. You meet weird people driving for Uber. I was driving this girl, and she said, you're taking me to a drug test. You got any clean pee? And I was like, whoa. Sure. So I peed in a cup, and we kept it on the dashboard so it'd stay warm. But I don't have clean pee. I drive for Uber. That girl's going to jail. She'd probably be in jail right now for weed. If it was a Lyft driver, it would have been meth, it would have been heroin, it would have been all kinds of stuff. I work at a restaurant down on the college campus at U of A. We serve a lot of rich kids there. I was serving this kid. I was like, can I get you anything else? And he said, yeah, let me get an Americano. And I was like, what? He said, can I get an Americano? I was like, yeah, I'll get you an Americano. I'm not making it special because you said it like that. Like, I realized that your parents paid for you to study abroad 6 months, and now you think you're cultured and diverse, but you're just pissing people off who have a real job. People are always like telling each other's secrets at work. Like, this girl was like, I'm telling you this in confidence. And I was like, okay. But I just start blabbing my mouth. I'm like, yeah, Sarah, yeah, she had syphilis in high school. Don't worry, she got rid of it. She's real confident about it. I don't know what confidence means. One of the busters at work, he said, there's a new frozen yogurt place that just opened up across the street. Have you tried it yet? I was like, no, I haven't tried it. And he goes, fire, bro. The frozen yogurt is fire. I was like, oh, do you realize how stupid you sound saying frozen yogurt is fire? Do you even hear yourself right now? If the frozen yogurt's fire, how did they get it to freeze? Facebook's weird. People share weird stuff on my Facebook page. Like, somebody shared an article with me. It said 9 ways to make your sperm stronger, faster, and more fertile. And I was like, oh wow, me and my Facebook friends have vastly different priorities right now. Like, my Facebook friends are like, how do I make my sperm swim stronger? I'm just trying to make sure I have enough money in my bank account to buy condoms. That's it. That's all I'm trying to do. That's all I'm trying to do. People fundraise on Facebook, which I think is weird. There was a couple who just lost their baby. And it's sad. And they're raising money for the funeral. But for me, it's like, you put the baby in a shoebox, put the shoebox in a hole. Like, how much money is that funeral really going to cost? Come on. Come on, a few groans on that one. That's what I was after. I was looking for those groans. I just want to say that I fully support women breastfeeding in public. I fully support women breastfeeding in public. And I don't understand why people always stare at my mom and I. Oh, man, you guys have been great tonight. My name is Rich Aguirre, and I'm going to be your host all evening. We're going to get the show going, okay? Next up to the stage, a good buddy of mine. Me and him just recently made a YouTube video together called Jon Snow Goes to Campus. Jon Snow on Campus? Jon Snow on Campus. You can check it out on YouTube, my YouTube channel. Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for Ali Musa.
Give it up one more time for Rich Aguirre, everyone. Come on. Hell yeah. So my name is Ali Musa. I'm happy to be here. This is an interesting setup. You know, warehouse comedy. I'm digging it for sure. No, I've seriously performed everywhere. Though, like over the years, like as comics, like we'll do any gig that's thrown our way. Like I performed in backyards before, living rooms, kitchens. One time I performed stand-up comedy through the Los Betos drive-thru. Paid me in carne asada, cheap bastards. I don't know. I performed in Wilcox, Arizona before. You guys heard of that place? One guy, yep. Sounds about right. No, seriously, Wilcox, Arizona, population 3 guys living in a Winnebago. This is so much better than that shit. I don't know, we had to park in an alley. There was no parking outside, so I'm pretty sure my car's gonna be on bricks by the end of the show, so pray for me. I don't know. I'm starting to miss my old neighborhood, though. I lived right next door to a sorority house. So, yeah, it was turning me into a creepy dude, I'm not going to lie. Checking the mail 79 times a day and shit. There was this one chick who she was so gorgeous to me that I had to tell my friend about her. Like, he was text messaging me, and I told him how hot she was. He asked me what she looked like, and I didn't know how to describe her, so I just texted to him, basically, bro, she's a 10. He never responded. I was like, okay, everyone knows that saying, right? Time goes by, I look at my phone, I realize why he didn't respond to me. What I actually texted to him was basically, bro, she's 10. Yeah, we're not friends anymore. Yeah, he blocked me. I don't know. Arizona's interesting. So you guys think Arizona's a racist state? Nobody? Meh. Depends where you are. Depends who you are, actually. I'm serious. No, think about it from my perspective. As an Arab dude who's constantly mistaken for being Mexican, I'd say it's a little fucking racist sometimes. Yeah, I've been to the Cow Pony before. Have you guys heard of that place? Oh my God. Yeah, they love Arabs there. No, this is a true story. I was talking to the chick there one night, and she just cut me off mid-sentence and looks at me and goes, what ethnicity are you? Like, what race? So I told her I'm Libyan. You know the country Libya in North Africa? And then she goes, oh, like Afghanistan? So I tell her, no, it's not like Afghanistan at all. And then she says, well, they're pretty much the same thing, right? And I'm thinking, well, considering they're in 2 different fucking continents, no. And then she says, well, it's okay, I couldn't even tell. I was like, oh, okay, the one day I leave my turban at home. Thanks for noticing, bitch. No, she actually told me this shit, though. I'm not even making this up. She goes, no, it's okay. As a matter of fact, I'd even feel comfortable getting onto a plane with you. So I stabbed her with a box cutter. Bitch had it coming, shit. I don't know. My living situation's good now, but I kind of miss like living in like the ghetto and shit, because that can be pretty interesting. Like I used to live in this big meth head community, and say what you will about meth heads, but they are entertaining as shit. Like something's always, like there was one day, like there was this meth, I used to always find opportunities just to like fuck around with them and shit. Like one night there's this meth head on his phone right outside of my window just yelling. It's getting super loud and annoying. Right before he ends his conversation and walks away, he goes like this. I don't care, just give me my goddamn money. So I seriously crawl on the floor, I hide behind my blinds, I crack open the window, and I just yell out, you tell him, girl! He got pissed. He goes, fuck you, Patricia! Some woman comes outside and goes, well, fuck you too, David! I'm just giggling in the corner, hitting my bong. It's a Tuesday afternoon for me. I don't know. I'm just trying to work out more. I went to the gym a while back, and I had to use the bathroom. I go into the bathroom, and for some reason, I just noticed this thing immediately, that someone carved really big on the wall, "I love cock." Rory thinks it's funny, but he gave me the good old, huh? No, I don't think it's funny. I was kind of impressed, though, that someone took the time to carve it all big out in the open. Like, they seriously meant that shit, you know? Gotta show it some kind of respect. But I thought it was rude, and I wanted to do the gym a favor, so I just changed it to something more appropriate. So I changed it from "I love cock" to "I love to cook." It's really easy. You just squeeze in a 2 after love. You change the second C to an O. Boom, "I love to cook." Came back the next day, and I noticed that someone changed it to "I love to cook cock." Who would do something like that? I'm stubborn, though. I couldn't let him win, so I changed it to "I love to cook cookies." It's like, yeah, take that. I swear to God, 2 weeks later, it said "I love to cook cookies and cock." I'm like, this dude is relentless. I'm trying to change it to something nicer again. I swear to God, the janitor walks in right behind me like, "Oh, you're the one who's been doing this shit." I'm banned from LA Fitness again. Back to doing insanity. I don't know. I have some weird friends, though. I have a friend who's a manager at Safeway. And he's really weird to me because he takes his job way too serious. I'm talking, he actually yells at people and gets upset if he finds that you're shopping at other grocery stores. He found a fries bag in my car and started yelling at me saying I need to be more loyal to Safeway. I was like, what the hell? I was like, what is this, a mafia turf war or some shit? Like, I didn't know grocery shopping was that serious. But then I thought about it. I was like, I really don't know a lot about grocery shopping. Maybe it is exactly like a mafia turf war. So I know this sounds dumb, but I'm kind of afraid to go to his location now because I feel like some bad shit's going to happen to me. I feel like I'm going to walk through the doors and I'm going to get pulled to the side. I'm going to enter through the doors and I'm just going to hear, "Psst, hey, Ali, come over here for a second. I need to speak to you." "So word on the street is Jimmy says you were shopping at Fry's. Is this fucking true?" "No. Look at me when I talk to you. Is this true? After all the discounts I've given you, you want to spend 50 more cents on a gallon of milk like a schmuck?" "Well, you know what? Here's the way it's going to be now. We can do this the hard way, or we can do this the safe way." Yeah, that joke is brought to you by medical marijuana. I was high as hell when I thought of that shit. I don't know, I'm gonna leave you guys with this, though. I was on the news before. Anyone here ever been on the news? So you probably did something like cool or interesting. I was on the news because there was a drug raid at the apartment complex I lived at. Literally, the SWAT team was there, and there was like a news helicopter in the sky, and it got crazy. Like when I could hear this cop yelling at this drug dealer, he was going, "Get on the ground, get on the goddamn ground. I will shoot you in the face. You move one muscle, and you will get shot in the face." And I'm freaking out. I'm trying to find my phone. I'm like, I should probably record this. This could be a really important video. But instead, I just cracked open the window and yelled, "You tell him, girl." Then the cop stood up and was like, "Fuck you, Patricia." All right, you guys, that's all my time. My name is Ali Musa. Thank you so much.
Good job. Good job. Ali Musa, everyone. Ali Musa. Clap him off stage. That was fun. This is fun. Thank you all for coming. This is really, really awesome. I appreciate it. I'm going to keep this show rolling along. Up next, one of my personal good friends. He runs an amazing open mic at Loud House every Tuesday at like 7 o'clock. Ladies and gentlemen, please make some noise for Rory Monserat.
Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to my favorite thing, me. No, that's not what I meant. Welcome to comedy. Welcome to stand-up comedy. It's my favorite thing, more favorite than anything. More favorite even than sex, which is ridiculous. Look at me. I'm great at sex. I didn't write a joke there. Thanks for laughing. But I did get a laugh right in my face like that when I said that to somebody I actually have sex with. So you guys have the same sense of humor. Good job. You guys are, I don't know, maybe we're fucking. Are we fucking? No, okay. Everybody that didn't laugh, thank you. I agree. I'm great. That joke doesn't make sense. Doesn't make any sense. You have good taste. The end. That's the end of that joke. I do have a woman in my life, which is how I say it. I don't want to say I have a girlfriend. That feels dismissive. I don't want to say, if I just called her a girl, people would be like, well, it's not going well. She walked up and somebody's like, who's this? I'm like, it's a friend. That's it. That's the last time I saw her. She's gone. She's gone. She's not coming back. I can't call her my girlfriend. I put the two words together. That's my favorite person. Doesn't make sense. But I don't want to call her my partner. We didn't start a business together. Like a limited liability partnership, corporation relationship. Shut up. That's not. We're not doing like a cost benefit analysis of a, I don't know, threesome with my quirky neighbor that does improv or whatever. There's no. Usually it's fun to make that joke when there's improv people here. Like, I'm making fun of you, and then there's none here, so it doesn't make sense. I don't know why I did it anyway. We're not doing like diversifying our portfolio of contraceptives. God, I hate those words. That's the least sexy thing I've ever said. She's breaking up with me right now. She's not here. She just like felt me make that joke from miles away. She's calling. I could feel my phone vibrating. Well, it's fine. It's good. That's what I say. I say there's a woman in my life. I love her so much, you guys. I love her so much. I even love the way she smells, right? One time, I texted her after she left my house, hey, it smells better when you've been here. And she texted me back right away. 2 text messages. Timing. She had this ready. She was like, yeah, I know. Next text message, I farted a lot. So now I'm into farts. That's my thing. Couples, try it out. If you're in a couple with somebody that didn't laugh at that, I just told you their kink. It's not shameful. It's okay. Go ahead. Whatever. Try it. I don't know. I even like the way she snores, which makes sense when it's cute and gentle, soft, the way she looks when she's sleeping. But sometimes it sounds like the Hulk fucked a dump truck and then had a baby with sleep apnea. She swallowed that. It lives inside of her, like Jonah in the whale. That sounds like a fat joke. It's not a fat joke. It's just biblical times pre-CPAP. You guys get it. That's the end of that. Okay, good. I even like... I forget the next part. How's this go? She sent me flowers. This man in front of you in his office received a dozen roses. So my coworkers was like, oh, so you're going to wear sexy lingerie for her. I was like, no. She told me to stop wearing her underwear. The third time I was like, you're right. I stretched those out. Sorry. The only part of that joke that's not true, she hasn't figured it out. She doesn't know. It's a win-win. You guys try it. She feels sexy. She's losing weight. I feel sexy because I'm wearing her underwear. Duh. So, don't tighten up. We can talk about her. She's not here. She doesn't like comedy or comedians. She doesn't like. I think that's what she meant when she said she doesn't like me. It's fine. It's not sad. She just doesn't know my jokes. She doesn't know my comedy or my persona or my name. Made her up. It's all sad. I was lying when I said it's not sad. I wrote, you're doing great, buddy. I hate the part of that joke when I'm like, oh, I'm single, isn't it funny? I'm Rory. This is my hair. Sorry. I say this is on the internet, you guys. My mom could be watching. She doesn't have the internet. I know it's time for a haircut. I know, you guys know when you see somebody like walking gracefully and rhythmically, you're like, dancer. Somebody that's like yoked and sweaty wearing a jersey, you're like, athlete. People see my hair and they're like, off-duty alcoholic clown. Got it. They know. They just know right away. That's my vibe. I have a mirror. I know. You guys can laugh about it. One time right before a show, I was like, there's a cost cutters right there. Should I cut it? It looks dumb, right? My friend was like, no. You look like you always just got out of a convertible. That's my friend, the subtle insult. He knows I can't afford a car. I rode my bike real fast to get there. That's how you get this stupid-ass due. I feel like I'm one more day without a shower away from looking like I just woke up on a cardboard box. Do you guys get that from me? Is that you guys are worried? I know if you guys don't laugh, you're just worried. That's okay. I want to cut it all off. I want to just shave it, just not worry about it ever again. But I am worried about my lumpy head. Underneath. I haven't been bald since I was a baby. I don't know what it's like. Back then, baby Rory, he didn't have a good shaped head. He doesn't want to show that off. I just want to, I want to look like a guy that has a job and calls his mom on the weekend, but I don't want to look like the monster from the Goonies. Do you guys, hey, you guys are good. Hey, you guys. I try to say, hey, you guys, and then, you see if nobody, I don't know why I keep trying it. You get it. Somebody did their homework. Thank you. Not to brag or anything, but I'm a grown-up. I'm a grown-up, and I cook for myself. And every recipe I notice that calls for olive oil calls for extra virgin olive oil. Never regular virgin olive oil or grown-up olive oil. I don't know, we know what regular virgin olive oil is, right? It hasn't had olive oil sex yet, but like extra virgin olive oil hasn't had its like first oily dream yet. It hasn't like it hasn't like rounded olive oil second base. It hasn't like discovered the space between the cushions in his mom's couch where he's staying when he's 31, maybe trying stand-up comedy. I'm fine. What can you guys taste the difference? Like, has anybody tasted both, like side by side? Look, what I'm saying is if I can't taste that extra virginity, I want my fucking money back. Which is weird to say to strangers. I paid for extra virginity. Don't. Who wants extra virginity? Who wants virginity? I want experienced olive oil, you guys. Like, I want olive oil that's been there before. Like, I want olive oil that's gonna teach me tricks. Olive oil that's gonna make me feel plain vanilla. He's shaking his head because that's the grossest flavor of olive oil. I end the joke with flavors of olive oil just to distract you from the fact that I'm just having sex with olive oil at the end of that joke. Anyways, that's my Popeye impression. I'm Rory Monserat, you guys. Good night.
Good job, dude. Yeah. Rory, everyone. There he goes. I just hope that he's okay. I don't know. I don't know, honestly. All right. We got one more comedian, and then we have your headliner. You guys, this next comedian is one of my personal friends, and she's sitting right there. Her name is Steena. Salido. Make some noise. Make her feel welcome.
Hey guys, hello. Thanks for having me. This is great. Television, right? Ooh, I'm in the boob tube. I don't know if I've just always wanted to say that. I don't know. Guys, my name is Steena. That's short for Christina. That's my middle name. My full name is Anna Christina. You guys can call me whatever. Just please don't call the cops. I don't know. I'll get off your property, I promise. I'll stop loitering. No, you guys, I don't know. My sister actually named me after her best friend in kindergarten, Anna Christina. But I think she was under the impression that she reserved the right to change my name at any time in the future. So we went through a rough patch, and my name went from Anna Christina to fucking Christina. Fucking Christina, you ruined Christmas. Again. It's true. I straight up wrecked Christmas, you guys. It was great. No. I do want to let you know I am legal. I do have a green card. That's right. I'm a proud medical marijuana patient, you guys. Yes, thank you. I am a patient. I wouldn't say all patients are patient. I'd say some are impatient, right? Especially at a pack dispensary, rush hour, standing room only, right? Like there's some energy in there. You can feel it, right? And I just feel like we can harness that energy. Right? It'd be a whole new source of green energy, if you will. You guys, oh Lord, I know. Listen, you guys, I'm just watching out for the city of Tucson, okay? I love this place, great city. I'm sustainable Steena now. You can call me that, right? Talk about you want clean comedy? I recycle my jokes. Yeah. Toss them straight into the blue bin, right? Boo, because I'm that blue bin bitch. What's up? You gotta have it. BBB. There you go. It's doubling down. But I don't know. I love Tucson. I'm a little bit embarrassed because I've lived here for a while, but I've never been to Nightfall at Old Tucson Studios. I know it's really bad. It's really bad. But I have been very high at the downtown bus stop, and I feel like it's just as terrifying, you guys, at a fraction of the cost. Really, you know, you get a ride home after, right? Which I personally really love because I love crying on the bus. It's my favorite place to cry. Just a big, open mouth, just, really ugly. That way no one talks to you. That's what it is. I figured it out. But no, I love Tucson. I was gone for a while, then I came back, and when I came back, I treated myself to the best delivery you can get in town, right? Because we've got those services. And I got 3 of my most favorite things delivered right to my front doorstep. I got some Jimmy John's. Right? Yes. And then I got some weed. And then I got some sex, all delivered right to my front doorstep. Very convenient. And it was 3 deliveries, but 2 delivery men, right? You do the math. I fucked my sandwich. Boom. You guys, delicious. And you know why? Because I crave it freaky fast. That's what it is. No. And they're so consistent, you guys, so consistent. They taste just as good on either set of lips, you know, just right here, down. just as delightful. And then get this, they're wrapped so tightly that they slip right in and out again, which I know has you wondering, well, Steena, have you ever experimented with an In-N-Out hamburger? To which I would reply, like, guys, like, how would that even work? They don't deliver, so logistics, right? I don't know, you guys know. I'm a little bit broke right now. I've been eating a lot of cereal at home, and I don't know if this ever happens to you guys. You pour yourself a bowl of your favorite cereal, and you just plow right through it. You're just left with a bowl of milk, right? And you're like, well, I can't let that go to waste. No. So you add a little bit more cereal, and now it's just a little bit too dry, right? The proportions are off. Oh my god. Then you add a little bit more milk. So you finish that off. You realize it's not even seconds. It's 1.5, right? So you go back to the refrigerator. You open it up, but this time you realize you're all out of self-respect. Does that happen to you guys? Clear out of self-respect. No. And then like you just have this box staring at you, and you're just like, I gotta get it away. You go back to the pantry. You try to make it fit, but now it won't because it's too full of shame. You guys, and shame is so messy, so messy. It just oozes all over the place, makes a huge mess. I like to clean it up with a shame wow. You guys heard of this? Very absorbent. It's tough on tears. So it's the quicker picker-upper, if you will. No, you guys, I'm too lazy. I don't clean. I don't clean. My favorite nail polish remover is time. So it's really nice. Thanks. But I don't know. I got a little bit of feminine news for you guys. Did you hear Kotex is getting into the tampon game? You guys hear that? No. I see you, Kotex, upping the ante in the panty, right? But no, they got some really nice improvements I could get behind. First one, the stem of the tampon has like a grip on it, so you can really hold on to it, you know. Kind of like a wine glass. Like really let it linger, you know. Hold it up to the light, like, that is a bold red. With a musky finish, you guys. And it is aged to perfection, right? 1 month baby. I should say no baby, right? That's really it. No, you guys. Second quick thing here I like is the string because it has a little knot at the bottom, so it's a little tassel. Great for me because I could not keep track of all the cords I got hanging out down there, right? You know, I go to change my tampon and I get my USB charger. It's like, no, get out of the way. I try again. I get the light instead of the fan, right? Like, oh, my eyes weren't ready. I try one last time and I get, you rang? No, Lurch. Guys, Lurch is my butler. I don't know what he's doing in the front. What is he now, a frontler? No, thank you. Not for me. I will leave you with this, though, you guys. All of my exes, I think, would agree that I am a catch and release, right? I get it. You can't eat me, right? My mercury levels are just too high. You got to toss me back into Patagonia Lake or something. I don't know. But you guys, thank you so much for having me. I've had such a great time. Give it up. Hi.
Steena, Salido, everyone. One more time. You guys have been great. Thank you for coming. Thank you for hanging with us. This is the moment we've all been waiting for. This is your headliner. I'm going to bring him up right now. This is actually his last stop on his Lips Across America tour. I saw this guy in Phoenix. He's super funny. So make him feel warm, make him feel welcome. Guys, Jay Light.
Hey, thank you, everybody. Keep it going for everybody you've seen tonight on the show, for Rich, for Creative Tucson, Ali, Steena, Rory. This is great to be here. My name is Jay. I suffer from camp counselor face. Yeah. Oh, boy. I'm currently on day 307 of No Shave November right now. This came hard. This is a hard-won beard. This is I'm actually pretty proud of this one. My dad gave me a can of shaving cream when I turned 16, and I'm still using the same one. So I'm pretty proud. I call this my Native American beard because this thing is Apache. Oh, I'll tell you what. Woo! Woo! Coming in hot. My girlfriend says this beard makes me look mysterious. I think that's just code for that makes you look even more like transgender Velma from Scooby-Doo. Jinky's my dick. So simple. My girlfriend is a real sweet girl, which is weird for me. I tend to date angry women. Yeah. You and me both. It's a sweet boy like you and me. We just love real mean broads, you know? Like I love a woman who's strong, like strong enough to hurt me physically and emotionally. Like choke me out in bed, then punch my heart in the balls, and I will propose to you. It's a surefire equation. Like anytime I see a girl yelling and the veins pop out of her neck, veins pop out of my dick. Like clockwork. Every time. My ideal girl is actually that dinosaur from Jurassic Park that spits acid in your face whenever it gets threatened. Dilophosaurus, baby. Please. Give me that facial. I love a girl who treats me like a magic 8-ball, where she just violently shakes me until I tell her that she's right. No need to ask again later. My girlfriend is a very smart young lady, which is good. I like a smart gal. My girlfriend uses a lot of like proper punctuation and grammar and stuff in text messages. Gets me going. I think it's because the first girl I ever had a crush on was Merriam-Webster. Oh, good. You guys are a reference book crowd. This set's going to go great. Wait till you hear my hot 5 on Rogers Thesaurus later on. My girlfriend, when we started dating, she texted me and she ended all of her sentences with periods, and I was like, baby, I will fuck you on all of your periods. The minute I knew she had to use a semicolon properly, I was like, baby, can I put my semi in your colon, please? I've been a real rambunctious lad in my past before I started dating her. When I'm single, I tend to act like somebody I'm not. Like I tend to act a little bit like a fuckboy. I'm not a fuckboy. You can't be a fuckboy when you look all cute and cuddly like this. There's no fuckboy that looks like he's always about to win a game of Candyland. I made it past Queen Frostine, yeah. I'm not a fuckboy. I'm a text me when you're home, so I know you got there safe boy. I learned a lot about myself from the women I dated back in Los Angeles. Like I used to date this girl who lived in downtown LA, and now I know that I can only come if I hear homeless people fighting in the background. Yeah. I used to date this girl. She taught me I was bad at dirty talk. We were in bed once, and she goes, "Oh, Jay, tell me how my pussy feels." Appreciative, I guess. It seems pretty grateful to me. I had one girl. My last girlfriend before my current one was a Jewish lass. I never dated one of these Hebe dames before, you know, one of these Yid skirts, you know. Every time I had sex with my Jewish girlfriend, I felt like Moses. You get it? It's because I get to let my people go. Let my people go all over her chest and back. Oh, mazel, you know. Really got some of that good mazel slob. You know what I'm talking about? Really busting through that lahyman. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about? I will say I don't miss the fact that she would love to leave her blood on the door frame to ward off evil spirits. I don't need that. We're in modern times. There's better ways of getting rid of the firstborn. Let's take this abortion joke out for a spin. I have a good relationship with my girlfriend because she doesn't expect me to pay for everything, which is nice. Like we've already agreed that we do go Dutch on the abortion. Yeah, we call it the Amsterdam goodbye. Oh, we'll see if that one's worth keeping. Internet audience, special for you. Let's see here. Now, I was on apps for a long time, before I was in a relationship with my current girl. I don't recommend using dating apps if anyone's single here. We have single people here? No? Okay. No one brave enough to admit. Oh, I can see we have a very happy couple in the front row. You guys are good. How did you guys meet? What app? Oh my God. You won. That's the thing. Tinder's not supposed to have like success. Tinder is not really a dating app so much as it is just a game. Like when you match with somebody, it says keep playing. The context clues are right there. It doesn't say make plans for a future together. It just says keep playing. Tinder's like any game, you know, just like because it leads to sex, which is the ultimate game. Yeah, sex, you can unlock new moves. You can play by yourself, but it is better with a team. If you cheat, you lose a life. Tinder, though, is like any game. Tinder's a game that you can get great at, but you might not ever get any applause, but you'll probably get the clap. So just be careful. I don't know. I had some bad experiences on Tinder. Like the last Tinder date I went on was out with this girl who catfished me. It wasn't that she didn't look like her pictures. She just looked like a catfish. I'm into those. It was like a blow-up doll that got cursed by a gypsy. She was real nice girl, though, but just very awkward. Couldn't carry on a conversation with her. Wouldn't look me in the eyes when we were out. Honestly, it felt like I was going on a date with my sister, but like a less fuckable version of my sister. I mean, guys, I'm from the South. I know what it takes to fuck your family members. This girl, not making the family reunion cut. All right, so you guys are iffy on abortion jokes, definitely not down with family fucking jokes. This is fun to read. You guys are a fun little crowd. Like I said, I did grow up in the South. Grew up in Texas. Took me a long time to get out of Texas. It took 11 hours to drive from Dallas all the way to the edge of the state of Texas. And add insult to injury, after you pass through this Mad Max-esque wasteland where you're afraid of your car getting bowled over by tumbleweeds and your gas getting stolen by marauders. You get sent to El Paso, and you're kicked into another time zone, and you're stuck in Texas for an hour longer than you wanted to be. Texas is literally so far behind the times, you have to time travel in order to escape its clutches. If you're not going through El Paso at 88 miles an hour, you're fucked. Pack your flux capacitors, guys. Be ready. I actually had a wife on the journey, but she died of dysentery as we passed through, so. It's the perils of the I-10 trail. That's the burden I carry with me. I don't miss a lot about Texas. Texas is a state that has a lot of pride and a lot of weird things. Like, I remember when I was in school there, we had to study 3 full years of Texas history in school, which is bullshit because most of Texas history is just the Alamo, and every Texan was murdered at the Alamo. The Texans did not win at the Alamo. Why do we want to remember that? It's bullshit. We also, not to knock it, we did learn a couple years of U.S. history too, but most of that in the context was, all right, here's the Constitution. We're going to burn this shit to the ground when we resecede, and we will rise. All right. Hail Texas. In Texas, I didn't fit in because you have to play football in order to graduate. Not for me. No. One of our rival high school teams was called the Dragons, and I was like, give me the Dungeons and Dragons, please. That's more my speed, I think. I can compete against them. Yeah, I only played 1 year football. I was on the C team. As in, see, even the uncoordinated kids can play. Get out there, sport. Do your worst. Boy, did I do my worst. I did not earn those orange slices in Capri Sun. The problem with the C team is you're playing with all the really unathletic kids who they recruit defensive players from chess club because they think your castling abilities are going to transfer over. And then all of the girls who decided that they wanted to try football out. So you're playing against, like, one time I got knocked out cold tackling somebody. and it was a girl. And it's real weird when you get knocked out cold by a bad bitch named Brenda. It's not fun for a little 12-year-old brain. Growing up in the Texas suburbs was very dangerous. I actually got, in my high school, we had a drug ring going on. Our high school football team made the national news because they were caught using steroids, but still losing all of their games. If you're going to cheat, just be good at cheating. That's all I ask. Like, look at Lance Armstrong, all right? Proud Texan and amazing cheater, right? That guy was so good at cheating, he got average Americans to care about dudes in spandex riding bikes in France. You know how good you have to be to get that many Midwesterners to stare at that much man-ass during the summer? It's hard. You know, it took a lot of ball. It was weird growing up in the suburbs. When I was a kid, I got jumped into a Boy Scout troop. We would terrorize our neighborhood, going around soliciting donations for fake charities, like the Eddie Vedder Make Cheddar Better Foundation. I had the big problem in my neighborhood was whether or not we should put up a gate at the front of our neighborhood, keep out the riffraff. Yeah. Second biggest problem was heroin. So, riffraff was already inside, shooting them next to the duck pond. There was nothing we could do. By the way, that is my biggest fear, ducks. Yeah. I'm so white bread, I'm afraid they'll eat me. Just standing up here like a loaf of wonder if he's gay bread. We had this kid in my cul-de-sac, and he stabbed his mom when he was 13 years old. But, to be fair, she did take away his needle stash, so the bitch had it coming. I actually had this kid in my neighborhood. You guys ever heard of Ethan Couch? Remember him from a few years back? He was in the news. He got real fucked up on Jesus Juice and Valium. Took his dad's truck, plowed it into a minivan with people inside of it, and got no jail time because the judge said he was raised too rich to know the difference between right and wrong. A disease called affluenza, also known as restless white kid syndrome. Affluenza is the only disease you can catch from the housekeepers that raise you. It's it's like smallpox blankets, but instead of that, it's just pleated khakis. It transfers over to you. It's not about the way you were raised with money. It's just about the way you're raised. Like, my parents were very, very conservative folks. They were very sheltering. My mom, actually, here's how sheltered I was as a kid. When I was growing up, I didn't know that the NCAA and the NAACP were two different organizations. That's things you don't learn. My mom was a helicopter mom. She was always hovering over me, and if I stood up to her, I got decapitated. Now, this kid, Ethan, he had a Hindenburg mom. She just let him get super high until he wound up in a fiery crash. All right, iffy on the German history jokes. This is good to keep a mental tally of. I do not miss Texas that much. It doesn't really line up for me. Politically, my parents are very conservative. Like I mentioned, they get all their news from Fox News. I get all mine from NPR. Or as they call it, the network of pussies and retards. They are not fans. They really don't like that I do comedy. They're coming around to it a little bit more, but the first few years were so dicey because they're both medical professionals. My mom is a nurse, my dad is a doctor, and they're like, Jay, why don't you get into medicine? And I was like, guys, laughter's the best medicine. Ha, 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 ho, ho, ha, ha. Ah. Ha, ha. So they cut me off, and now I get paid in sandwiches and beer, and life is okay. I love the fact that I get to do this, by the way. This is very, very cool. Comedy is a lot of fun. You get to travel a lot, which is cool. I've been traveling the whole past week. It was nice to get back in the South. I haven't been in the South in a while. I knew I was back in the South when I saw a Prius with truck nuts. That was so nice. I really missed ordering gravy at every meal. You can't do that in California. They frown upon that. In the rest of the country, everybody loves that shit. Breakfast, biscuits and gravy. Lunch, chicken nuggets with gravy as a dipping sauce. You want a dessert? Gravy milkshake. Why not? Whip it up in there. When I die, I actually want to have my ashes scattered into pork fat and turned into gravy. And my family can dip it at the wake. I live in Los Angeles now. Like I mentioned, Los Angeles is a weird place. It's the most like fame-hungry city in America, far and away. A lot of people move there trying to get famous, and then they get there and they realize there just aren't enough dreams to go around. That's just how it pans out. That's the way it goes. You don't have to look sad. Don't worry. I'm doing fine. Here's a real fact about Los Angeles. 1 out of every 5 people in LA is pursuing a career in the arts, and the other 4 quit to become Uber drivers because they understand economics. I see all these people moving to Los Angeles, and they have there's so many new ways to get famous now too. You can get famous on YouTube. You can get famous on Facebook Live. You can get famous on Snapchat, which blows my mind. Bugs my mind? Blows my mind. My mind is bugged by the government, and I am a shill. It was crazy. I see so many if I see one more selfie with that stupid dog filter on someone's face, I'm going to hit him with a newspaper. Right across the nose. Bad. Go back in the corner. Think about what you've done. That's the thing. And it's like my parents, they don't get it. You know, anytime I talk to them about LA, they're like, I can't understand how you can stand to be all around all those heathen Hollywood liberals. And then they come visit me, and they're like, can we go on one of those fancy buses, see where all those heathen Hollywood liberals live? Can we get on one of those? Let's go take a look at those stars on the sidewalk. They're so nice and fancy. If you ever visit Los Angeles, don't go to Hollywood Boulevard. You're never going to see a real famous person there. Those stars just coated in a layer of puke and regret. Just right there. They're shiny because it reflects back up at you. The most famous person I've ever seen on Hollywood Boulevard was Captain America, but he was getting arrested outside the Hard Rock Cafe. Wasn't real. He was wearing the shittiest Captain America costume I've ever heard. I don't know who told this dude that American flag sweatpants count as a costume. Maybe a little bit too local for you guys, huh? Internet audience, follow along. It's just the kind of the way that the city is. There's this classic image, I think, of someone who comes to Los Angeles to try and make it in Hollywood. Some young, pretty girl from the Midwest gets off the bus at Union Station, got a gleam in her eye and a suitcase full of wishes and corn. Ready to make it because her dad told her that he loved her just enough times, which is not enough times. She's going to get to LA, and a couple weeks in, she's going to make it to some party and finally meet a producer. And as we've just learned, meeting a producer is probably the worst thing that can happen to your career in Hollywood. There's very out in the open now that a good way to get ahead in Hollywood is sucking dick for parts. This is the way it is. Now, I'm not going to lie and say that I did not possibly factor that in to my decision to move to Hollywood. All right, look at these things. These look great around Harvey Weinstein's dick. They're like 2 donuts sitting on my face, just waiting to get glazed. And I'm not even gay. I don't even have a good gag reflex. I wouldn't suck a dick for that reason, mostly. I don't want to puke midway through and potentially ruin my chances of getting 2 lines in an Adam Sandler movie. It's not what my life's about. That's also, by the way, that's why I think that porn stars are the most down-to-earth people in the entertainment industry, because they know exactly what they're getting into. They're sucking dick for parts all the time. They're like the blue-collar workers of the entertainment industry. You know, just think of them like plumbers and coal miners who go on camera and fuck people dressed like plumbers and coal miners. Because it's easy to be a producer, too. You don't have to actually have any real accomplishments. All you need is a trust fund and a great drug dealer. And boom, producer. Put it on your business card. I'm actually producing something pretty big right now. It's called carbon dioxide. You guys ever heard of it? Very easy. Here's what's going to happen to that girl that I made up. I guarantee. A couple years down the line, she'll be back at that bus station. Half her beautiful blonde hair shaved off in a misguided attempt to be a backup dancer in a Skrillex music video. Lip injections leaking out of her face because she got her plastic surgery with a Groupon. She'll get on that bus with a nose full of Coke boogers and a belly full of producer jizz. And maybe not a career to speak of, but plenty of stories to tell back at the Chili's in Des Moines. So follow your dreams. You never know what could happen. I am a millennial. You got some other millennials here, I think? Yeah? I don't like the term millennial because I feel like it's something that's lobbed at young people as an insult. But I do have to admit that I am one because I jerked off to someone's Instagram feed last weekend. Yeah, that's an abuse of technology like 60% of this room is on board with. I hate the way people treat millennials. Like, we're always supposed to be getting internships all the time. We don't start into the career world with a job anymore. We have to go through internships, make no money. I was like, oh, you make no money, but you'll get experience. Bitch, I'm not a Pokemon, all right? I'm not going to evolve at age 28 into responsible adult. It doesn't work that way. I need a Firestone for that. Go to Celadon City Department Store. Pick one up for me because I can't afford it. I do know a couple things about millennials. Millennials love two things. They love getting real fucked up, and they love 90s nostalgia. So, if you guys are interested, come talk to me after the show. Invest in my new business venture, the Blues Clues Booze Cruise. It'll be great. We'll have special guests. We'll have Dora come and explore your butthole. Why not? I actually don't drink anymore. I'm sober, which is weird to be as a millennial. I've been sober for about 2 years. So you guys, that's the right reaction. You're having more fun than me. No need to cheer for that. I had to quit drinking when I found out that brunch wasn't a contest. That was a weird, jarring moment for me. Because I would black out all the time. I used to be a constant blackout drinker. I used to black out, and when you black out, you reveal a lot about yourself to yourself. Like, I used to think that I loved reading. And then one night I got shit-faced and peed all over my bookshelf. Yeah, that theory went right out the window, along with the entire A Series of Unfortunate Events collection. It was a real ironic twist. I just don't think, like, it's wired in me differently than other people. I just don't understand the concept of drinking responsibly. Like, I remember I was doing a show at a bar, and they had this ad for Maker's Mark, and it said, "We make our whiskey carefully, so please enjoy it carefully." Why? Enjoy and careful shouldn't be in the same fucking sentence, as far as I'm concerned. Here's what drinking responsibly looks like to me. If I'm at a bar and somebody leaves their drinks behind on the table, I'm going to finish all of those drinks. Because you're making a big mistake. You're being irresponsible, okay? I'm here to help you. Do you know how much that margarita cost? I don't. I can't afford that shit. All right? Your bank account's going to go into the red. My liver is going into the black. My liver's actually so black it has a degree from Howard University. It's very... It did well there. Captain of the drum line. I still am around a lot of alcohol. I work at a comedy club, so I see alcohol all the time. I was actually working one night, and there's this dude who came in, and he tried to sneak in a bottle of alcohol to the business, which I get that. I've done that before. I used to sneak barefoot wine into bars all the time. They call it barefoot wine because you get shit-faced and lose your shoes when the bouncer flings you into a bush for falling asleep. Now, this kid didn't bring airplane bottles. This kid brought in a Costco-sized bottle of vodka, which you can't sneak into anywhere. The only thing you're hiding is from yourself. I guarantee. Syntax on that one. Syntax is a little weird. We'll figure it out. Now, we let the kid keep it because clearly he needed it. But you're like, don't drink that in the showroom. If you do, we're going to kick you right out. He's like, okay. And he went to his seat. And he took his seat. And he waited for the lights to dim. And then he pulled it out and started chugging as fast as he could. So we kicked him out. And then he demanded to get his $15 that he paid for the ticket back at the very end of the night. And we gave it to him because, you know, that kid definitely needs to buy like 3 more bottles of Costco vodka with that $15. A pallet of Kleenex for sad jerking off later. Crying, jerking off. It's a whole mess. But don't ever try and sneak alcohol past an alcoholic, all right? That's like trying to sneak a spin class past a basic bitch. Just can't do it. The way I interact with the world has changed a lot since I don't drink anymore. Shit like that doesn't happen to me anymore. I don't have to get pulled over. Oh, they're coming right over here. Oh, somebody's getting busted up around the corner. Oh, it's that party. See, if I was there, I would be definitely trying to fight a cop right now. I remember there was one. Actually, this is a weird little tangent. In college, we were at a party one night, and the cops came, and this is what white people can do. We can just yell "fuck the police" at people from a balcony, and nothing happens to us because porcelain. My parents raised me to be like a bar of ivory soap, just white and 99% pure. Anyway, so I digress. The way I interact with the world has changed since I stopped drinking. Like especially the way I talk to women. Like when I was going out, when I was single, I was very different. The way I would approach was very strange. Like I remember I got a lot of weird confidence, and I was like, yeah, hey, baby. You know, I'm like a transformer. More than meets the eye. And I'm a choking hazard. Now, clear of mind, clear of thought, but still getting weird things happen to me. Like I remember I was out with this, I was out at a bar and I picked a girl up, went back to the condo I was staying at on the road, and we started to kiss, and then she was like, I can't do this. I've been drinking. I've been doing a little cocaine, and you are nothing. So I'm going to leave. And it was the first time anyone had ever turned me down for having my shit together. So something you just got to get adjusted to. I feel a lot more confident talking to women now. All my pickup lines are way better. Like I remember, there's some of my favorite lines for Tinder. If you guys, anybody here, you guys are going to go the distance. I can feel it already. So you don't have to worry about this. If anyone else here wants to use these, feel free. Hey, girl. Are you in a United Airlines flight? Because I want to ride you in public until the cops come and beat the shit out of me. Or, hey, girl. Are you in an impeachment hearing? Because I've been fantasizing about you for months. That's as political as I'm going to get. I definitely have some millennial opinions. I do think it's too easy to get guns in this country. And I think that because I am a gun owner. Right? Yeah, shouldn't have a gun. There's nothing more dangerous than an autistic-looking white guy with nothing to lose. Now, I do have a couple different guns. I have a Super Soaker. That was my first gun. And I have a Remington 12-gauge double-barrel pump-action shotgun that I got at age 12 because my grandpa is the shit. It's the best Christmas ever, you know? All the other presents were gone from under the tree, and he was like, oh, I forgot something. And he hobbled out to his car. And then he came back, and he had something wrapped in a towel. Yeah. That's how I know he did not run it by my parents beforehand. Now, I'm sure we might have some people here who've shot guns. Anyone here shot a gun in this room before? Make some noise. We got hand raises. There you go. It'll sound better. If you're raising hands, it's not going to look good for the viewers at home. It's people who've shot guns. Good. You guys understand why we're never going to get rid of guns in this country. You guys definitely understand. It's because guns are too fun. They're great. Even just holding a gun makes you feel different. Like the first time I held my gun, I thought, wow, This is the answer. Didn't matter what the question was. I could solve it. Oh, no, I don't think I will be paying extra for guacamole today. We do have to do something to make guns a little bit harder to get. I think we should make guns only available as a prize on a nationally televised game show. Put it on every channel, and you call it The Price is Life. I lied about not getting political earlier. That was as political as I was going to get. I am, unlike many millennials in that I don't really fuck with dick pics. I'm just not a dick pic guy, you know? I feel like there's, you know, there's an epidemic in this country. I don't think anyone should be allowed to have a cell phone with photo capabilities if they're under the age of 18. You guys have heard of the cloud, I'm sure? That's all teenage pubes. That's all it is. Just a brown mass floating over our heads. Anytime you're watching Netflix or YouTube and your video starts buffering, that's your local high school quarterback trying to get a BJ under the bleachers. Now, I don't like dick pics because I had a dick pic mishap a little while ago. I was dating this girl, and I really liked her, but I was out of town at a wedding, and she sent a dick pic request into my inbox. Hey, let me see that dick! All caps, just the way I like it. Now, there are a few rules to dick pic etiquette. As anyone who makes trades in the New York Cock Exchange knows, there are some rules. I broke all of them. First rule is you don't care. You can't care. No dick pic ever looks like a glamour shot. No dick pic would ever get cast in a commercial off of that. They all look like they just got arrested for a DUI. Matted hair, little vomit coming out. It's never good. I went to, too many photography classes in high school and college to care about sending out dick pics willy-nilly. I care about too much. You're like, all right, what's the best angle for this? Should I use wide angle or telephoto lens? What's the best way to get hard lighting on this hard dick? Or should I use a diffusion? So I don't send a dick pic back. I go to the reception, make it to the after party at the hotel lobby, and I get another request from the same girl. Yo, where that dick at, son? That all caps went from sexy to menacing in an instant. Now I'd broken the second rule, which is be punctual. See, when a dick pic request is out in the ether, there's a window that opens up, limited window of time that you can send your dick through that window until it slams shut on your dick. So I panicked, freaked out, really liked this girl, wanted her to like me back. And so I ran to the bathroom, tried to get something going. Was too anxious to get it up. So I sent a flaccid dick pic, thereby breaking the third rule of dick pic etiquette. Never show your sensitive side. I grew up in Texas. I grew up very religious. Very religious upbringing. My mom's a hardcore Catholic. Anytime I got in trouble, she threatened me with violence. She would always say something like, "Oh, Jay, you are cruising for a bruising." Don't worry, guys. She didn't actually hit me, okay? Nobody follows through on a threat that rhymes. Boy, you better get out of my face or I will kick you into space. How? You don't even believe in space. I had to go to youth group at this really old church. Growing up, it was a really old church called White's Chapel. They actually had to drop the only from the name. Extremely old. Glad you guys are on board. Some of y'all need to lighten up, though. This is the end of the show, so keep it going. Sorry, I just always forget. Lighten up, also the motto of that church. It was so old. Oh, my God. I had to go to youth group, like I mentioned, which is where they take teenagers, try and teach them that God exists and hormones don't. Never works. You're never going to get a lick of Jesus learning in your ears at youth group. It's all too much strategizing about how to hook up with girls at the next church lock-in. Guys, I'm going to give her the Holy Trinity. Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Amen. I think I just broke this poor little boy's brain up in the front. Just you wait. So here's the thing. I also do sex ed at my church because Texas has their shit together, for sure. Now, it wasn't by choice. It was actually a punishment, all right? I got caught jerking off at the family computer when I was 12 years old. I thought I had a foolproof plan to avoid getting caught, which was to cover myself and the computer with a blanket, just right over the top of us. You know, like a shame tent. Very Old Testament idea, the shame tent. It's right out of Deuteronomy. Now, the plan was not that foolproof because the blanket didn't cover up the lower half of my body. So my mom comes into the kitchen to try and get a midnight snack and furiously sees me shaking hands with the devil in the corner by the stove. You know, whipping up a couple of egg white omelets. Hope it didn't ruin brunch for anybody tomorrow just now. So I got sent to church sex ed, which was extremely uncomfortable. First big problem was the fact that everybody's parents were in the room with us the whole time. We had to do activities together. And there's one we had to do, kids versus adults, come up with all the nicknames we could for all the genitals. Penis, breasts, testicles, vagina. We left no skin flap unturned. And we're a bunch of horny 12 and 13-year-olds. We thought we had that one in the bag. And then we saw our parents' lists. And we realized we were getting creamed in the most fucked up version of Family Feud of all time. Survey says, I'm horrified. Oh, no. Anyone here have kids? There you go. Whenever you're ready to have the talk with your kids, just keep this in mind. Birds and the bees. Abstinence is not the best form of birth control. Okay? The best form of birth control is finding out that your parents call vaginas hair pies. See, none of y'all are going to fuck tonight either after that. Burned in your mind. For sure, the worst part was the fact that our pastor was the one leading it. He's trying his best, but he's not a licensed professional, just a balding man in his 50s. Up there at the pulpit, guys, you got to be more like Jesus. Jesus would not go to horrible websites with his devil fingers. Jesus would not go to massivememories.org. Jesus would not go to circuspenis.net. Why can't you be more like Jesus? And I'm staring at Jesus on the wall, 12 years old. All I can think is, yeah, I know what I'd do if I had holes in my hands. You guys have been a real fun crowd. I'm going to get out of here. Thank you so much. I've been Jay Light.
Thank you. You guys, Jay Light. Oh, man, that was fun. Thank you, everybody, for coming. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you to Creative Tucson. Thank you for Joel and Arlo for hanging out and made you work all night, so sorry about that. And thank you, everyone. That was really fun. Good night.